Do you need some motivation in your life? How about a little bit of inspiration to get you there? Are you chasing dreams, goals, and aspirations to finally achieve greatness in everything that you do? If so, it is time for you, my friend, to wake up wild. It is Monday morning, August the 9th, 2021. 8 a.m. That means it's time for me and you, my friends, to wake up wild.
That's right.
Presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
We got you this morning.
We've always got something to point at. You know what I'm saying?
We've always got to brand it, man. That's what you call branding. We are with you guys today to bring you some motivation, inspiration, to help you chase your dreams, goals, and aspirations. Be better, go farther, do more than you ever have in your whole entire life. That must mean this is going to be some good stuff, and we're glad that you guys are up early on this Monday morning to get this week and your Monday kicked off on the right foot. It is very, very, very important, man, to get things started off in the right direction for anything that you're doing.
It is, and no matter what.
I think your week is a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? Getting off on the right foot. We dreaded this day since we got up yesterday morning. Like everybody's dreaded Monday morning.
Right, everybody
since
hates
they get up on Sunday morning, they're like, I got to get up and go do something tomorrow. And we start dreading it. So here's what we're going to talk to you about today. Good stuff coming down the pike for you today. Finding daily inspiration. Not just on Monday, but every other day of the week. How to find that inspiration. How to channel your inner emotion. Bring your inner inspiration to get yourself going and do what you got to do on a daily basis. This is what we find. Commitment and consistency is two big things that you need to have to be inspired, motivated, chase dreams, goals, and aspirations. Do those things that you know what it is that you need to do. Being committed to that, doing it every single day. So we're going to talk to you today about how to find it every day. Inspiration in your life every day. Motivation, we can get you pumped up, give you a big speech, do all these things that we need to do. That may come and go. You may be motivated today, you may not be motivated today. Inspiration works the same way, but we're putting those two together. Finding motivation and inspiration can lead to some daily habits.
Yes,
that's going to be a big thing for you.
Yeah, these things need to turn into habits.
It's something that you should do all the time to make sure that you're ready to go, do what you need to do, be who you need to be, all of those things, because look here, it ain't always easy. I think we have established that probably more than anything that we have on this show. Life ain't always easy, being motivated always ain't easy, all of those things. It's kind of sometimes a very difficult place for you to be, things for you to do. But we're going to give you some little tips today how every single day of your life you can find some inspiration to get achieved whatever it is that you're trying to achieve for that day, for that week, for that month, matter of fact, for that whole entire year. You put these in place, you're going to be inspired to be the very best version of you that you can be. That's the only thing that you can do. You can't control outside circumstances or situations. You can just bring what you got to the table, and you can't let outside distractions get you or keep you from being what you need to be. This is episode number 69 of Wake Up Wild, presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
We are here with you today, coming live from Morristown, Tennessee, and we're going to bring you some good stuff today. There's some things we need you to do this morning, okay? I want to really put the challenge out today to get this going really, really wide today, because we need a big crowd to get this today.
We do.
We try to bring this positivity to anybody who will listen to it. Some people think we're crazy. Sometimes we think we're crazy. But you know what? We're going to bring it today, whether anybody likes it or not. We're coming with it. We are doing that. We're glad that you guys are here. Help us to spread the video around the world today. We're on multiple platforms. A lot of people watch us on Facebook. That's probably our biggest platform. We get the biggest crowd. We get the biggest participation. But if you're watching us on YouTube, as some of you do, if you're watching on Twitter, as some of you do, if you're watching on Twitch, as some of you do, help us to spread this however you do that on your platform. But there's three big things we know you can do on the Book of the Faces that we want you to help us do today. You got it, my man.
So Facebook, like you said, that's where we get seen a lot at. And you guys help us out. You're going to help us out today. We know it by liking the video, sharing the video, inviting people to come to the video and watch it with you. That's three things that you can do. Super easy to do those things. There's little likes and loves on the bottom of the screen. You can hit them. You can hit any face you want. We don't really care.
Yeah, do it.
Just hit a face because Facebook then recognizes that, hey, somebody is at least watching these people. So when Facebook thinks people's watching us, then they kind of start showing a little bit more. So like the video, share the video. Again, super easy to do. That takes 2 seconds of your time. That's how we get seen in all these other countries.
It is.
We don't know who that watches has friends in other countries, but we thank you for being so diverse and getting it spread out there amongst the other countries. Because again, they put closed captioning on here.
Yes.
Which amazes me on every show that we do, how they can translate what I'm saying, but they seem to never fail. It's usually spot on. I mean, I try to make it mess up sometimes.
It gets
and it does.
It gets
it don't. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So like, share, invite. That's huge. We appreciate you doing that for us.
That's exactly right. Good morning to all of you. Good crowd coming in on the Book of the Faces. We can definitely see that. Cody and Ashley says that they feel unmotivated today. I don't know which one it is, but I'm gonna go with Ashley. She's doing the typing here today. She said, I've been unmotivated lately. You're speaking to me, guys. Look, I'm speaking to me. You know what I'm saying?
All of us, yeah.
I'm speaking to me.
This is like real because we all go through this.
That's exactly right. It happens to every single one of us. It happens more probably than we would like to admit. It happens to us. But you know what? That's part of things. That's part of what happens. That's part of just keeping things going in the right direction. It ain't always going to be all hunky-dory, bed of roses, everything going your way. You're going to feel like conquering the world.
Ain't always sunshine and
every
rainbows.
Single day. That's not going to happen. But I promise these things to you. Like this is real stuff that if you will put these into play, you will find you are more motivated. You are more inspired to do what you have to do on a daily basis. You know why people don't achieve greatness in their life? We talk about that's what we're chasing here, okay? We've been chasing greatness for a while, and people say, well, Lord, my goodness, you probably should have found it by now. I think greatness is something you always
It's a moving target.
It's moving all the time.
Yeah.
But you know why a lot of people, I think, when you look at it, greatness seems to elude us. Like every day, and it's what you said, it's a moving target. I think it's because we don't do what we need to do every single day to make sure we're getting as close to reaching that potential that we have within inside of ourselves. We don't do that on a daily basis, and it eludes us.
Right.
Feeling motivated eludes us. Being inspired, being the very best version that we can. I think we get caught in a trap sometimes that we get down and we stay down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know how to get up. We know we should get up. But we really don't know exactly what the steps are to do those things.
Right.
And so if we put them in play, if we put them in place in our life, and we begin to do them every day, as what we said earlier, these habits become forming in our life. And then tomorrow, I find that I get up and I don't have to think about, what do I got to do to be inspired today? I wake up that way.
Yeah.
Waking up wild, man. That's why we do this right here on this show. Who do we need to shout out, brother?
Grandma Rose over here on mine. She says good morning, and she shared.
Gotcha.
So let me see
I've got
here.
the comments loading over here.
I'm got them over here too, I believe. So Maxine says good morning, guys. That's the first one I see anyways. Good morning, guys. Tamara says good morning. Jan says good morning.
Yeah. Bring it.
There's what you said about Cody and Ashley. She says, you know I got you on the love.
Right.
It is Ashley.
I'm with you
Matt
on this.
Stewart says good morning.
I'm with you on all this.
Charlie Grooms is watching.
Charlie's in the house.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, and invite people to the video.
Bring it. Here's what we're talking to you about today, okay? How to find daily inspiration. Because don't we need it every day, man? Yes. We need it every single day of our life. Here's what we're going to talk to you. Finding daily inspiration. Episode 69, Wake Up Wild, presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
Inspiration, man, can come from a lot of different places. And a lot of times it comes from unlikely places that we kind of think we got to go out and find inspiration.
Right.
But if you really think about it, inspiration comes internally from us. I'm either inspired to get myself out of the bed or I'm not.
Right.
So when you look at it, just allowing yourselves to tune in to these things that we're going to talk about today, I promise if you tune into them, you're going to be inspired. You are going
Yes.
to be inspired to do that. So
Vivian
don't think
says good
it's a
morning.
target that you got to go out and look for, okay? You ain't going to find inspiration in your flower bed, okay? You ain't going to find inspiration just laid out somewhere and you
Right.
just go to Home Depot and buy it off the shelf. It's going to come from within you. You're
Right.
going to get that inspiration inside of yourself. Here are some tips to find it every single day of your life. These are simple, man, but put these in place. They'll be life-changing for you. Like, share, invite, comment on the video. Let's roll with this. Here we go. Here's number one. And I think this is one of the biggest ones that we're going to talk about today, okay? Here is the first one. Is these tips that you will find this daily is the first one is just take a deep breath, man,
Chill out.
and enjoy your surroundings.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy where you are right now. Okay, enjoy you now. That's loaded at the same time
It is.
because you could look at it and say, "Look, man, I ain't in a very good place.
That's what I need to get away from.
I got to get away from this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to get away from this. But you know what? I think you get more out of the climb if you even enjoy the hard parts of the climb, because you know what? It automatically, if you look and see where you are, and maybe you ain't where you need to be as far as inspired, motivated to do those things, but if you look where you are and you say, "I'm just going to take a breath here, man. I'm going to chill out for a second," you will see that where you want to go is a whole lot better than where you are.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Now, this is what I'm going to say. We're going to get real right off the bat. Okay?
All right.
You know why a lot of people don't change? You know why a lot of people never are inspired? You know why a lot of people are never motivated to do anything and be any better?
They can't see that further.
At the end of the day, it's that, but they're okay with where they are.
Yeah, that's true.
You're okay with where you're being there. One of my favorite quotes is you are okay with where you are, or you would change it. You would change it. You would do something about it. Now, we might complain about it. We might wish it. We might think it. But at the end of the day, if we don't get up and change it, we're okay with where we are.
Goes back to what we say all the time. You first got to realize that you are in control of you.
I'm with you.
You got to quit making excuses because somebody else done something to you to put you in this of where
I'm with
you're
you.
at right now.
I'm with you on this.
Take responsibility for you.
No doubt about it. But you know what? Sometimes just taking a deep breath, okay? Just stepping back, taking a deep breath, saying, "Look, I got this. It's going to be okay. I'm going to move where I need to go. I'm going to do what I need to do. It's just a bump in the road. It's just a little blimp on the radar." Those are things that will keep you moving in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it and understand, look, don't get all uptight to the point where you ain't inspired to do nothing but just whip yourself, beat yourself up, be down on yourself, because most of the time, instead of being inspired to get out, we inspire ourselves to dig a deeper hole where we are. And we stay right where we are. We just dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And we're not ever getting out of that. Take a deep breath, y'all. Look, it's Monday. Things probably ain't going right. You done spilled your coffee on yourself.
Right.
All right. Your dog is mad at you.
Dragging out of the bed this
You're
morning.
dragging out. We're down. We're tired. It's Monday. Oh my goodness. All of this stuff. Look, take a deep breath. Chill out for just 1 second. It's going to be okay.
And like I said,
gonna
man,
be okay.
even if you are in that bad spot, like if you're in a spot that you know you're in a bad spot,
Sure.
it's still okay to look around.
Sure.
Let that be the motivation. Let
That's
your
right.
surroundings,
Let that get you
whether
going,
that's
man.
what you physically see or what you're mentally in, take a look around and let that be an inspiration to you to say, "Hey, today's the day."
Set your tail on fire, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I'm getting out of this mess.
You got to think about it.
Starting now.
I mean, you in this building right here. This is one thing about it. If this building caught on fire, man, start burning down, I will be really inspired really fast to look around me and say, "I'm going to burn up if I don't get out of here."
Right.
I would get myself out of this chair and do whatever I got to do. I'm going to bust the window out, kick the door in, do whatever I can do to try to get out of this burning building. Those situations that you're in your life, a lot of times, we sit right there and burn, dude, because we ain't inspired enough to even get up out of our seat, out of a burning building and move forward. That's an analogy we can look at in our lives.
Yes.
We can be better. Look, you don't like where you are in your job? Get some inspiration to you, okay? Set your tail on fire and move on. Take a deep breath. Say, "Look, I got to get out of here. I got to do what I got to do. I got to move what I got to do." It will automatically cause you to be inspired.
Yeah.
If you really see the surroundings that you're in, especially if you understand this ain't the place for me to be. This ain't the place for me to be. But don't flip out to the point is whether again you call it quits.
Right.
Take a deep breath. Okay, it's going to be okay. People have been there before. You may have been there before. You've climbed out before. You've moved on before. You've done what you need to do before. You've got to where you are today, and you're going to move on forward and go on. But if you see that, take a deep breath, look at your surroundings, say, this is not where I want to be. I'm better than this. I can do better than this. I can be better than this. It will automatically give you some inspiration to do what you need to do.
True.
But you got to see it.
Right.
I can look at it and say, Dave's in a bad place.
Or I might even look at it
all.
and say, sometimes you look at people and think they're in a good place because of what you physically see.
I'm with you.
But that's not always the truth.
The truth is what you got to see. You got to really be real with yourself.
Yes.
All right. You got to really be real with yourself. And you will find inspiration to move on from that. Okay. So again, number one is take a deep breath, check your surroundings. See if it's where you need to be. See if it's where you want to be. If it's not, get your rear out of whatever place you're in
gear
and go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go, y'all. We got to get it going in the right direction, because here's what it is, like a snowball. It really is a snowball effect, and that's good or bad. If you get the ball rolling in a negative tone, you ever notice when you walk into a room of people and you start a conversation, it doesn't matter what the conversation is. If you start a conversation and it starts going over the hill in a bad situation, you can have 10 people sitting around that table and everybody's complaining about everything because it gets rolling in that direction.
Right.
Vice versa happens also. You can come in and bring some light to the situation. You can bring some positivity to the situation, and you can move it that way. Our life is exactly like that. If you keep rolling down the hill in the negative garbage that you're in, you're just going to keep building more and more and more and more and more, and it's going to be harder for you to be inspired to do anything you need to do.
Yes.
That's number one. Give us number two, man.
Number two, this is me, man. This is my number two to a T, but it says you need to laugh more. Okay, now this is
good for you.
Common sense.
This is good for you.
This is common sense, but it really ain't for a lot of people. A lot of times, and again, not going on the broad picture and saying there's not times in our life where we need to be serious.
Sure.
But what happens is so much as we can't take just a minute to enjoy the silliness that goes on throughout your day.
Sure.
Things that are said, circumstances that you're either in, you've put yourself in, and we don't. Laughter, man, is known. That's the best medicine. Okay,
it is.
That's
it's true.
It's real. It's real. That is the best medicine, and we've got it. We got it with us all the time.
I love that.
But sometimes we are just so consumed by everything that's going on, we forget how easy it is that we could just do this.
I'm with you.
And we've all know those people who are like, man, that guy, he's just so wrapped up in everything.
Right.
He can't even take a minute to laugh. Like,
No.
he don't even get a good joke. You know,
No.
something funny happens and he can't even relate to it.
I'm with you on this.
So laughter to me and again, that was on my list, but that's something that's easy, but it's overlooked so often.
You got to look at this and say, you got to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes
You're going through it either way.
it literally gets so hectic and crazy. And where we find ourselves, all right, like the place we find ourselves, not inspired, not wanting to be, not wanting to do, sometimes you really just need to sit back and laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? It's so true, but it seems so corny to say that. But at the same time, you got to, because I firmly believe that you've got to enjoy the climb.
Right.
You've got to see that in it. And enjoying it sometimes is enjoying the laughter of the craziness that it is that's called life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the craziness of it all that's put together. You got to sometimes just sit back and take a laugh at that. You know what I mean?
Again, we've all been in those. We've either done it ourselves,
Sure.
or we've been on the other end of it. Where I've had people call me before. I'm sure you have too, and they're just telling you about all the craziness that's happened to them that day.
Sure.
And I mean, you can't help but think
It's like, oh my
that's
goodness,
crazy.
yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
crazy.
So sometimes you can laugh about that.
Sure.
And that's okay.
But would you go ahead?
But I'm just saying they can't see past that. You know, what I
That's
mean?
where I was going.
They can't see past
That's where
that.
I was
it's
going with
okay to look past that.
Yes.
To step outside of yourself
That's
for a
what
minute
I was saying.
and look and say, that's just crazy.
That's exactly
and
what I was
and be
going
okay to laugh about it.
It's sometimes hard for us to do that We know that. You know that. When you're in the middle of that,
It don't seem
where you
that
look
way
at
to
it
you.
and go, I gotta laugh at this. And, you know, it's so crazy that I gotta laugh at it. It's sometimes hard, but literally, if you will remove yourself from that and you will look at it, at the craziness that's happening in your life and what really it is that you're having to deal with and go through, I think sometimes you will find that in it. The point of it is you can enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You can enjoy it. And no, it's not fun enjoying down times, unmotivated, being not inspired to do anything. That's not what we're saying here.
Right.
But we're saying sometimes literally it is so crazy that you will find internal inspiration to say, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got to get out of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to get out of this.
Yeah.
And we find that in a lot of different places. But doing that can really be the springboard that inspires you to move on, because you can look at it and say, this is ridiculous that I've even allowed myself to get to these places, to do these things, to be where I am. It's laughable for you to see that and say that.
Yes.
So you can get yourself, you find inspiration in doing those things. And that's what you got to, again, look at it. How many times, man, have we allowed circumstances and situations that are laughable? I mean, honest to goodness, they are laughable. Now, I understand everything ain't laughable.
Right.
I'm not
That's what
saying
I said. There's some serious stuff.
there's stuff there that ain't laughable, and we understand that completely.
But
I
you know
think-
what we're talking about. We're all adults here,
this is
okay?
what I'm
I mean,
getting at. I'm saying a lot of times we allow things that literally are laughable
yeah, to just
to
consume
derail
us.
the whole train.
Yeah, it's just
it knocks us
silly.
totally off our
Just
feet.
silly.
You know what I'm saying? I have conversations at my house all the time, and I tell them, look, if you can't control it, especially, don't let it knock you off your feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's something you're doing to yourself, that's okay. You got that's a whole nother animal. But if it's things that you look at and you say, I couldn't have changed that outcome no matter what I did. Laugh it off, man, and move on. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit in that garbage. Don't roll in that mud. Because again, the longer you stir the stink, the worse it's going to stink. You know what I'm saying? And we got to look at that. This is episode number 69.
They're hitting the laugh button right now on the thing because they really like it.
I love it when y'all do that.
Yeah.
This is episode 69 of Wake Up Wild, presented by your friends at.
Elite Realty
We
Group.
got a great crowd. I can see the platform numbers today. We got a great crowd across all the platforms. Wherever you're watching us at today, like, share, invite, comment on the video.
If you're new, we'd love to hear
Let
from
us
you.
know where you're at, man. Let us know where you're at. I believe we're coast to coast again this morning. We do it all the time, and we do that because of you guys. We're talking about today finding motivation, finding inspiration. I said the wrong button. Finding inspiration every day in our life. First one is take a breath. All right, take a breath, man. Look around you. Check your surroundings and take a deep breath. Second one is laugh some of this garbage off. The third one is this. And it's a good one, okay? The third one is, we talk about this on our real estate show on Wednesday, but we're going to talk about it here today because I think this is important. But declutter your life.
Oh, yeah. We talk about decluttering people's houses.
We're talking about
all the time.
decluttering your house all the time because it shows better, it works better, it looks better. Everything is better when you declutter. But I'm going to talk about decluttering your life. Would you agree that we're probably living in the times that we are now? They're probably some of the most, what you would say, busiest, hectic, monotonous, crazy times that we've ever lived in.
No doubt.
Okay? Now, the more you got that you're packing around, it's naturally the more you're going to be having to deal with. Okay?
Yes.
Now, look, there's some things you got to deal with. That's the given here this morning. Okay? We understand that. I'm not telling you kick your family. I ain't saying nothing like it. Okay, we ain't going down that road. But I'm talking about decluttering your life from a lot of the garbage that's in it, a lot of the stuff that don't need to be there. We talk about it again in relation to houses. Okay, your countertops, your kitchens, your rooms, your closets. Man, I can go on big analogies now when we start talking about cleaning out our closets. That stuff that's there that you ain't wore, okay, in a long time, get that out.
Just taking up space.
It's taking up space. That good stuff that you actually use is going to be. Our life fits the same analogy.
Yes.
Okay, what's in the closet, man? What's on the countertops? What's there that is impeding our progress?
Yes.
From really getting to something that we need to get to, okay? What's there in our life that's in our way? That we can't even see the good stuff that's there because there's too much stuff cluttering us.
Yes.
Our minds stay cluttered. Our lives stay cluttered. Our inspiration stays cluttered. Those are the kind of things that we got to get out of that and declutter from ourselves. What is in our minds this morning that does not need to be there? Okay, that's one thing we got to ask right off the bat. There's probably going to be something in our mind when we get up tomorrow that don't need to be there. Declutter those things. Get rid of those things. Toss those things to the side and watch when you've got room for the good stuff. Now I got room to feel inspired. Now I got room to be motivated to do something. Now I got room to laugh because I've kicked the crying to the curb, dude. I didn't keep that part. All right. I got room to feel gladness because I kicked the sadness out. Those are things that when we start decluttering our lives, it changes everything.
Like I said, it's just, and we've said this 1,000 times, is, man, we live in a very fast-paced world. I mean, that's just everything. It's just everything about life is hectic in general. So take a look, evaluate some of the things that you got going on and start eliminating some of the clutter, the junk that you've got and that you're allowing to go into your mind that clutters up your whole thoughts. So that now it's making these fast-paced, hectic days even worse because now you've got just a bunch of junk coming in your mind.
It's true. It's true. And you look at it, and, you know, we say this a lot of times, don't try to conquer the whole world today. But there may be a thought that you've had this morning. There may be a feeling. Okay, we've all got up this morning and we're feeling tired. Let's just go with that. Let's run with that. We're all feeling tired. We're going to have to kick that to the curb right off the bat. We got places to go, people to see, things to do, goals to accomplish, stuff that we've got to get done today. And as long as you sit there and you feel like, oh gosh, I just feel unmotivated, I ain't inspired to do nothing today. Guess what? Your whole day is going to be that. Yes. So you got to kick it out. Work on one thing at a time. Get rid of some of those things, one little old space at a time, and watch yourself start getting inspired, man, because now I got room for the good stuff. There's good stuff or bad stuff we're going to get in our mind today. I'm going to choose to fill it with positivity, good stuff, good feelings, good vibes, good people, good surroundings. I'm going to then be inspired to do a lot of good things in my life. True. This is episode number 69 of Wake Up Wild, presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
Keep the likes, the shares, the invites coming, the comments coming. Let us know where you're at today around the world. Tell us where you're watching from. If this is your first time, we welcome you to episode number 69 of Wake Up Wild. We're talking to you today about how to find daily inspiration, how to be inspired to be the very best version that you can be every single day. We've went through 3. Give us number 4.
Couple of things here. Jessica Williford says, good morning, everybody. I'm late to the live. Had to get my babies off to the first day of school. Let's see here. Oh, she also said that getting your house ready to sell is a good motivation for declutter. She feels so much better now that she basically has nothing in her house but the necessities. And life, your mind is the same way.
It is the same.
You'll feel so much better when you've got just the necessities.
I say it all the time. There's some things that cross my path. I'm talking about in my life and mentally, okay, that I ain't even got time for it. You know
I know. I mean, that's real.
That's what I'm saying. Time for that nonsense.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
I ain't got room for it. I ain't got time for it. And people say, well, that's cold. You can call it what you want to, but I ain't letting it come in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. If I get in a situation or get around a place or get around a person that's all they want to start spewing negativity and all that stuff, I could really get on a soapbox here, and I'm not. I got to get away from it.
I told Shabana just the other day about something we was talking about.
Got to get away from it.
And it was just one of them things like, she was like, just think about that for a minute. And I was like, listen, I don't have time to think about it. I've got too much other stuff in my mind. I don't have time to even consume those thoughts right now.
I ain't doing it, man.
What am I doing? Number 4 here.
Give it to us, brother.
Number 4 is you need to live with a purpose. Okay.
Ooh, I like it.
You can go super big with this.
Yes.
I'm going to bring it super small. Okay, but you need to look at this also, the big picture. But I'm talking about every day in your life, you need to wake up and realize what is your purpose through this day. Okay. Sure. Now again, this could be something astronomical. It could be that I'm going to be a more positive person today.
True story.
I'm going to smile a little bit more today.
True story.
I'm going to do something for a stranger today. But have you a purpose? I look at this a lot like this is what, when we do our real estate training on Tuesdays to the agents and stuff, you talk about this. This is something he tells all the time. Write you a list.
Yes.
Write you a list. That way you can mark off that list. That marking off is just for your psyche, for your mental,
man.
that you can say, I've done this.
It's mental.
I accomplished this today.
It's mental.
So when you can come up with, when you can realize this morning it's 8:30 where we're at, it's hard to tell what time it is where you're at, but
Sure.
whatever time it is right now, you can figure out right now, what is my purpose for today?
Sure.
And then at the end of the day, when you can look back and see that you fulfilled that purpose, again, no matter how big, how small, I would tell you, you need to have a big, but you also need to have a small.
Every day.
Because that allows you to realize that, hey, I'm moving towards, I'm doing what I said I was going to do.
Sure.
So figure out what your purpose is for each and every day. For you, if you want to figure out what it is for your life, for this year, for this week, but figure out what it is for today.
True story. When we go on a trip, when we go on vacation, when we go to grandma's house, when we go to the store, when we go wherever, we have a destination. All right, we have a place that we are trying to go, and that destination is clear. We know the road, we know the route, we know every single thing that we have to do. There's a purpose behind where we're going and why we're going there.
True.
Life is no different. So many people are spinning their wheels. You ever felt like that? How many of us have said that?
Show of hands.
I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, man. I feel like I'm just spinning in the mud. I feel like I'm getting nowhere. You know why? Because there's no purpose.
Right.
You're just literally going around in circles trying to look for the same thing. And you know what you're seeing is the same garbage that's there cluttered in your life. That's all you can see, is because you're just spinning around in a circle looking at the same thing. Get outside of that and find there's a purpose outside of this stuff.
Yes.
There's a place that I need to go. There's a purpose. There's a dream. There's a vision. There's a goal. There's a purpose for me to do what I need to do. And when you set that, now I've got a destination. Now I've got something driving me. I've got a driving force that is pushing me in the direction that I need to go. That's your purpose. That's what it is that you're trying to do and trying to be. It's really important that you have that. If not, get used to spinning around in circles, because that's where you're going to go. You don't even know what to do, what to say, who to look at, who to turn to, what to fix, what to take out, because there's no purpose.
Listen, it's like going into Walmart without a list. You're going to go in there and buy
see it
everything
all.
in the world than what you meant to go in there and buy.
Sure.
You're going to come out with a bunch of junk.
It's true.
Vivian over here on my little stream says, make your bed every morning to start your day and mark it off.
Let me tell you something. There's a great, if you want to watch a great video, y'all, there is I think it's a Marine or a Navy.
It's a Navy guy.
It's a Navy
Yeah.
guy. And he gives this speech on the important. Go to YouTube and look this up.
Not right now.
No, not right now. Wait on us. Yeah. But he gives a great speech on the importance of making your bed.
I know.
It's killer.
It's killer.
I
Yes,
mean,
it
it's
is
killer. That's one of the other
Yeah, I
things.
guarantee if you watch it, you will make your bed
You will
tomorrow
make your
morning
bed.
when you get out of the bed.
That's one of the things that's on this list we're not going to have time for today, but it's subscribe to positive media.
Yes.
I could really go down a big road on this one here with media, okay? But I'm not going to.
Listen.
But it's subscribe to positive media, okay? Y'all have done that this morning hanging out with us.
I'm gonna tell you one more too, and I heard this.
I got a last one I'm bringing too, but go ahead.
Well,
I ain't gonna-
I can tie this in with
I got
something that
27
we've already
minutes
talked
for
about.
my next little point.
Okay, listen, I watched a video on this yesterday, and I thought there's a name.
Good morning, Greg Harrison.
There's a name for it. I don't know what it is. You can probably look this up. But this woman was talking about it's some kind of like somebody's name law or something. But it was talking about, it's called the 17-second rule. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
I'd never heard of it either. It said it's called the 17-second rule. So it said take 17 seconds. If you're having a bad day, okay, everything's just going terrible. I'm having a bad day. I'm in a bad mental state. Take 17 seconds. And it don't have to be today. You can think about a time in your life when there was something funny that happened.
Sure.
Or something you was in a good place.
Right.
But take 17 seconds. And so it's just like this is supposedly some kind of proven fact.
Sure.
If you concentrate on that good moment, that funny moment, for 17 seconds, it completely
Changes the whole dynamic.
changes the whole direction
Sure.
of how your mind is.
I can
so
see
it's
that.
17 seconds
Yeah.
is what you got to concentrate on something else.
Right.
I think we can all spare 17 seconds.
Well, I would think that we could.
You know what I mean?
Because we probably are spending 17 seconds looking at the bad.
Well, that's what they said, because all you're doing
spending a lot more
you're spending a
17
whole lot
seconds.
more time in that mind. So
Yeah.
take 17 seconds out of everything's going bad. Everything's going. So ever since I saw that, I thought that's just great.
It's great. It
Take
really
17 seconds and focus on a good time, a funny time, something,
is. A better place.
and watch how it completely changes your whole mental state.
I can see it, man. I can see it. I'm telling you 100%. That's good stuff. Here's the last one. All right, here's the last one. We're going to leave you with this one today. We're talking about finding inspiration daily. All right, be daily inspired to do what you need to do, be what you need to be, all those things. At the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, we can give you all these things, and they're great. They're good, okay. And I would tell you it's a good idea to put all of these into play in your life to be inspired, to find inspiration every single day. But at the end of the day, here's the last one: be you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's what we do a lot of time. You've heard that old story, man. Fake it till you make it. And that may work in some places, that may work in some positions, that may work in some things. But you can't fake it till you make it when it becomes talking about you.
Right.
Okay? I can't do that. We got to, at the end of the day, be you. You got to be okay with it, but being literally happy and inspired to do things, you're going to find that when you literally are yourself. Imitating or becoming something that you're not is a big first step in failing at everything.
Absolutely.
Because you're not even being you. You're faking it.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
At the end of the day, you're going to smile. You're going to be inspired. You're going to take the 17 seconds to get that garbage out of your head. You're going to be the one that declutters. You're going to be the one that laughs. It's going to be you.
Yes.
Okay? You can't fake it that I'm somebody that I'm really not. Be you. At the end of the day, when you be you, now I can start. Now I've got the foundation. Now I've got the want to. Now I've got the desire. I've got the person. I know the place. I can now live with these purpose because I'm me.
Right.
Listen, we are who we are, okay?
Sometimes people they spend so much time trying to put on that fake it till you make it.
I'm with you.
That they completely even lose their whole self in the process.
That is so important.
They lose their whole self.
That's a big
We've said this before. We are all uniquely made.
Yes.
Be proud of who you are. That's
Yes.
no matter what you are.
Yes.
Be proud of what you are.
Yes. Matt gave us the Admiral McRaven speech about making your bed is awesome. I make mine every morning now. It is awesome. It really is awesome. So there you go, y'all. Matt Stewart coming in. Good morning to you, Matt.
Yes.
Matt's got it going on, man. Matt's got it going on. He's waking up wild this morning. Good morning, Charlotte Moore. But Admiral McRaven, go watch that speech about making your bed.
Yeah.
It's killing.
Guarantee
It's
you'll
killing.
make your bed
That's
tomorrow.
exactly right. I'm going to learn that and recite it to y'all, okay?
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys being here today. Episode number 69 of Wake Up Wild, presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
Bringing you motivation, inspiration to chase your dreams, goals, and aspirations. Be the very best version of you that there are. We are chasing greatness. We're taking you with us. You're chasing greatness, and you're taking us with you. We're glad that you took some time on this Monday morning to get up, get going, do what you need to do, be who you need to be. Put these things into play. If you're just tuning in, go back and watch this on the replay. I promise it'll be some good things for you. What do we got to say on our way out the door, my man?
I think we've had a great crowd today.
We've had a great crowd.
Yeah,
we've had a great crowd. We appreciate you guys being here. Go make this Monday the very best.
Go make your
Monday.
bed.
Yeah, go make your bed and go make this Monday the best Monday you've ever had in your whole life. Until we see you Wednesday afternoon at 12 noon. You guys be safe, be blessed, go rock it. Over and out. Do you need some motivation in your life? How about a little bit of inspiration to get you there? Are you chasing dreams, goals, and aspirations to finally achieve greatness in everything that you do? If so, it is time for you, my friend, to wake up wild.